Hello, and welcome to What the Fuck Am I Reading? So, since we last spoke, I finished, I think, 7 or 8 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 of them are, 4 of them are SPF FC books, so I will not talk about them, even though I will mention them. But, let's just get started. I'm pretty proud of myself for having read like 7 books this week, because I've been really like into the Station 11 TV show. I don't know if any of you have watched it, but because I discovered that show, I decided to read the book a few weeks ago. But the show is just so good. Like, it's not that similar. It's not that similar, but like the pilot is just like really similar. But then it just goes in a different direction. But I still really liked it. Like, some parts are just taken directly from the book, but some others are different, and I've been loving it. So if you're hesitating, just watch it. It's very slow. It reminds me a lot of The Leftovers. Great TV show. But about the books. This week I finished Boys of War by Zach Argyle. I've been trying to read this book for a long time. I actually owned it on Kindle, but I decided to grab a physical copy of this one and the second one because I really like this first book. Basically here, you have 2 types of like magic users. You have the pushers and the pullers. It's like a very contradicting type of magic system, which I really like. Some of them have blue eyes, some of them have like green eyes. And then you have the people who has nothing, that have brown eyes. You're basically going to follow this general, and he's about to have a child. But the thing is, when he does, his child has yellow eyes, which, what the fuck, that's not possible. So everything starts crumbling and he has to flee. It's a lot. I feel like this first book is very like prologue type of a book. You know, it's just the beginning of something. It doesn't feel like a first book where a lot's happening. Like, this could have probably been just like a prequel, which is weird, but that's the feeling that I had, like, that it gives me, though I do really want a Chroma Wolf. Like, what the hell? But yeah, besides that, I just really liked it in general. The magic system is super cool. The story itself looks like it's going somewhere, and I don't know, I just really like it. The pace is great. I flew through this one like in 2 days. I was done. Highly recommend this one. Super good. Now I understand why it made it that far in SPF PO. Like, it's great. I highly recommend this one. I give it 4 stars. I think it's a great start to a series, though I wish like a little bit more happened. Like, you know how am I with plot, you know? But yeah, I just really liked it. I'm very invested on the story in the city, so I see where that leads. Like, I know that it's very stuck right now, but I don't know. I want to read it. No, I have to say that it's, I found fascinating the fact that we followed the entire family. Like, he's not like, he just goes with the baby and that's it. No, him, his wife, and the baby, they're all going, which is pretty refreshing, you know, following the family. But yeah, I just really like this one overall, so I highly recommend you try it if you just like fantasy in general. Then, because I wanted like a thriller, I've been craving thrillers a lot, but I just can't find something that I'm very like interested in on. Like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know, but I decided to try Megan Miranda again. I read one of her books. Was it All the Missing Girls? I'm not sure, but that one I actually really like. So I decided to try The Last House Cast, which really wasn't that good, honestly. Like, it has pretty like average ratings in general, so I understand. It's fine. It's an okay thriller. Basically, it's about following this girl, and her best friend kills herself at the beginning, but she thinks it was actually a murder, and she starts finding weird things. Someone's messing with the houses. Pretty average thriller stuff. I don't know. I was pretty okay with it, though I do have to say that the ending, the plot twist at the ending, you know, knowing who the killer is, pretty meh. Like, it was pretty obvious, honestly. Like, there wasn't much room for anything else. Like, I think that no matter who the killer was, it was going to be underwhelming because of how, like, oh my god, it's going to be her, it's going to be... I don't know. I just didn't really like it in general. It was okay, I think. Like, also the main character is everything was really average. I don't know what else to say. Like, it was an okay thriller, I guess. Like, I just really want something different. I want a thriller that I'm just like, okay, I'm so invested. But I usually only get those feelings with sci-fi thrillers. I'm not huge into thrillers lately. Like, I do want to love them, but all of them just disappoint me a lot. Besides My Heart is a Chainsaw, which I love. But yeah, also a book that I really like, The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. My favorite book by her. I've read all of the others that weren't as good. By The Turn of the Key, amazing. So if you have something similar to that, please just let me know. I just been craving thrillers lately and I just can't find anything. Then I read Convergence, which is an SPFFC book that I will talk about more once I finish everything, because I just want to give you all the ratings once I finish the books. So I will talk about all the SPFFC books in another video, in a separate video in February, once all the finalists have been revealed. Then the other book that I can talk about was Lexicon. Dude, this book was so good. Just right out of there, I give it 4.5 stars, almost 5 stars, because there were some parts that drag a bit, but in general, this was great. This was actually a sci-fi thriller. And I remember Tori Morrow recommending this book in general, that saying that it's great. And I was just like, you know what? I really need to read that book. And I've been like, for almost a year, I've been trying to read this book, and I just didn't find the time for it. I was just like, okay, I'll read it next month. I'll read it next month. I'll read it next month. I'm so happy that this month, like, I had like a bit of space to just read a little bit of everything, because this book, dude, was so good. It's very similar to Vita Nostra. When I was reading it, I was just like, okay, what is this? And I love Vita Nostra, so I was in for a ride. But it's more action-packed, less philosophical. So if you didn't like Vita Nostra because of that, you're probably going to love Lexicon. You start the book, and you're going to follow this guy, and he's been asked these very weird questions by these two dudes. Something like, do you like cats or dogs? Do you love your family? Why did you do it? I love the questions. Like, that's so cool. And apparently, they are a thing that's called a poet. And a poet knows this kind of persuasion techniques that can basically force you to do anything. And it's just super cool. I just love when words have like a special meaning in books, like when Lexicon has a special meaning. We're going to follow like 2 different timelines and 2 different characters. We have this one that I've told you in the present with these guys interrogating this other dude, and then we have another one in a kind of not a magical school, but a magical school, you know, where they taught these people the magical words, basically. I just don't want to call them magical, because there's a lot of what feels like science behind this book, and I love it. I love it. There's this thing there that is called like kind of very like dangerous words, and when they come out, massacres occur. Wow, I love it. There's also like a dead town, which is a trope that I love in general. And I don't know, I just really like this book. Super intense in general. Love the disjointed type of story. I mean, you can see some twists coming, like, it's so fucking obvious, but they still feel good because, you know, the author knows that you know. So they feel really natural. Dude, love this book. Probably the best book that I've read this year for now. Wow, I really liked it. I'm getting a physical copy probably next month. I'll probably get it in Spanish because I think my mom will really like this one. So yeah, I gave it 4.5 again. Try this one. It's fucking amazing. And now I just want to read the Vita Nostra again. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, today is going to be like a very short what the fuck am I reading? Because the last 3 books that I read were The Vacuum of Space, Broken Ascension, and Life on Planet Earth, which were all books for SPFFC. Basically, The Vacuum of Space is a murder mystery on the station. Though I have to say that not really that much. The Unbroken Ascension is basically about a group of, not mercenaries, scavengers that find a derelict ship with a very special thing inside. And then Life on Planet Earth is about, is basically the first season of The 100, mixed with kind of Terra Nova a bit. But yeah, those three are of course SPFFC books, so again, I will talk about them in a separate video where we'll discuss the 10 quarter finalists. So yeah, next week we won't have like a what the fuck am I reading, because I'm only reading SPFFC books till the end of January just to get my ratings out, because I'm reading with I'm a little bit behind on my reading for SPFFC. So yeah, not going to happen next week. Those were all the books that I read last week. So what have you been reading? Have you finished any books? In that case, just let me know in the comments below. But as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.